You're welcome back. This is Sunday Breakfast right here on ChannelOne TV with me, Inu Safo. Joining me is Reverend Bernie Osedua, and we're talking about living for impact and not just income. Now, in a world where, success is often measured with l'argent and how much is in your pocket, this is a very interesting topic. And Reverend, I want you to explain to us why this topic is important.
So, living for impact and not just income. It's a conversation that steers around what people are doing today. Chasing the Benjamins, chasing the dollar, chasing the city. Everything about their lives is about money.
Yeah, because money makes the world go round.
Okay, and money is important. I think I've said it too many times here in the studio.
Yes.
That don't joke with money. But you see, it's also about legacy.
Right.
Not luxury. Few months ago, I saw a video circulating on social media about this rich Nigerian who passed on a few years ago. And one media guy was allowed with a camera into his mansion that has been deserted for over 12 years. No one lives there. All the cars he bought were in that house. And I'm talking of to about 30-something, almost 40 cars, all parked in the house. No one is living there. All the cars were dusty and worn out. And then I asked myself a question. Where is his family? Where are his children? He got all that. He died and couldn't take any with him. Well, you won't take any anyway. So life is about something and not just the things many times we are pursuing. Today, a lot of people think that if you just make the money, that is everything. It is not true. It is never. See, we are built for something. If you look into your studio today, right, everything here, right, you find has a reason it was made. There is not a single thing you will find here that is just here to be here. Not a single one. What you and I are sitting on were designed for that exact purpose. If you use it for something else, it would not fit. Imagine trying to use the couch to be the one to cook food in, to serve the team. It will not work.
Yeah.
So everything in the studio has a purpose. Exactly. The question is, why do we exist? If the table, if the camera, if the couch, the pot, everything would have a purpose, then I want to believe that you and I also do have a purpose. Unfortunately, our misdirection in the tangent of we must pursue money at all cost to whatever extent. And viewers, this is one of the conversations that are very difficult to have. Because if you tell a hungry man that, dude, what are you talking about? Charlie, a pescaya idea. Oh, to today.
Purpose.
Masa, per what?
Purpose.
This is by no means discounting the essence of money.
Okay.
But when you live for money, you end up in distraction. Someone has a job. At that workplace, they pay them, give them benefits for medical aid, and so many other things. But they already have a lifestyle that wants more. So guess what? They found other means to steal from the company. Guess what got them caught? One cable. They stole one cable, and that changed their game. It's been 2 years on. Now they stand in, trotro stations, all right, calling passengers. Someone took a video of one and shared it, and look, I teared. Because I looked at the life the guy had 2 years ago and where he is today, and it's not a joke. So when we speak about the fact that live for purpose and not just for money, which means that live for the money, have money, but it's even more important to have a reason for you to live.
Urban, let's talk about success versus significance.
Yep.
What are the differences between those two? Success.
The definition of success can be very tricky.
Yeah.
Because to someone, when you make money, you're successful.
Yeah.
Today, a lot of people think that when you have money, you're successful. Success actually is not about earning. Success is about impact. Some of the richest people we know don't have the largest bank accounts, but they've made the best impacts, our generation would say. Would you consider, okay, let me ask you a question. In 1955, all the way to 1960, let's go from 1950 to 1960. Don't have that face. Let's go back. Who was the richest man in Ghana?
1950, I don't know.
Okay. Who was the most impactful Ghanaian you know from 1950 to about 1960?
Kwame Nkrumah.
Who?
Kwame Nkrumah.
Why?
Because he sought a
the guy
freedom.
didn't own one house in his name.
Yeah.
One. Today, we continue talking about him. And there were rich people in his time. Now, what is successful? The $5 million in the account, that does nothing to impact life. You see, I said something. It's legacy, not luxury. Because people think that if you have the luxury and you live in it and it looks good and you drive, look, I'm not calling this, vanity, because it's very important for people to understand that vanity is vanity. As much as riches are vanity, so is poverty. You just need to choose your vanity. I like to choose the money side.
Yeah.
But the conversation we are having is that shouldn't be what leads you.
Okay.
Money is resource, it's a tool. But mission is where impact is driven. So when you have the mindset to leave a legacy, you want to make an impact so that when you make the money, you know that it's a tool to make you become relevant. A lot of people stop at where they make the money and they do nothing. Today, this call is about, look, I know that these are conversations we usually would not have on a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
These are conversations we don't really bring up because it's nice to talk about relationships and this and that, and people are laughing.
Well, when people see you, they're excited because Reverend is going to talk about relationships.
This is a clarion call. I'll tell you why. It has become so very, very clear that everyone today is about what they can get from the next person. What I used to see and know as Ghanaians don't exist anymore. Today, people traveling from Achimota to Kaswa who may pay 6 cedis, 50 pesos.
Yeah.
Our drivers on the streets are saying, oh, yeah, take it. 6 cedis, 50. In the middle of the road, we're like, dude, if you don't pay 10 cedis, I'm not going.
I'm not going.
Now, and you don't have it. So it's no more about being assisting to make an impact in the lives of people. It's about draining the system dry. We live in this Ghana, right? We complain about fuel hikes. When petrol went up, we all raised prices. When everything went up and we blamed the dollar. It's been 1 year on since we started having a downturn.
Yeah.
From 54% in inflation to 5.4 a year on.
Yeah.
The dollar is now sitting at 10 something thereabout. For shaggy reasons, let's say 11.
Yeah.
Right? Fuel. Today I went to the pump. Look, I stood there, I was like, if not for anything, I have saved 300 cedis because to fill my tank of 60 units, I need to be able to pop like about 1,000
into the car.
Today, it's about 600 something. I had balance in my pocket.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But the guy who is on the market selling says that, no.
They won't reduce their prices.
I won't reduce my prices. It's not working. So the question that we're carrying here is that, what is this really about? What are we pursuing? The mindset of the Ghanaian, the mindset of the people is just to make an income. And they will drain whatever they can just to make it. So this call I'm making is to say, look, it's about legacy. It's also about something you left behind.
Right.
The kind of impact. Yesterday, a friend of mine said, hey, look, I just got home. I saw hundreds of people stranded.
Yeah.
I'm going to find something to it. I've hit the road back. I'm just going to give people lifts to get them closer somewhere. I was like, wow.
Wow. So, Reverend, are you saying that impact gives you more fulfillment than just the money alone?
What do you think?
It does.
Look, you may be broke, but you did something small for someone.
Yeah.
That early morning wake up text and say, thank you so much for what you did for me. I appreciate it. If you hadn't come through, that would have been the end of it. Today, we even forget that these are the things that gives us fulfillment. Look, the money, you see that text message, that something hit your account. It gives you ideas, gives you so many. Momo alert, prim. There's something is shaking. But a lot of people don't even know how and where those monies go to. Because if you ask them to account for it, they don't even know what they did with it. But there are so many people that are looking for the opportunity that you have that they never have. And they are looking at you that you can drive the impact in their lives. Look, our communities need help. There are people who need proper sit downs. And that is why I said that in 2026, matter more. You must matter more. You must be relevant. There must be something. I saw a man in the traffic where they couldn't do anything. Everyone was in the middle of the road. He parked his car, got out of it, came in the middle of the road, and started directing traffic. Matter more. Do something better. These are the things that makes our communities turn around. Yes, you have problems. We all do. But I'm saying today, matter more.
Matter more. Reverend, what happens psychologically when people tie their self-worth to income, only their income?
There's nothing wrong.
Okay.
That's how they see life.
All right.
All right? At that point, I can tell you one thing that will happen to them psychologically. Anytime they don't have it, something happens to them. Anytime. Anyone who is led by the money, the day money runs out of their buckets, their lives are different. They can't live. They can't handle themselves. The frustrations are higher. When you see a guy who can do little things for people and happy about it, their behavior is different. Whether they have it or not, they are on a mission to impact lives. They are on a mission to help people and become a solution for people. People like that are easy to get certain rewards. And I'm telling you, a lot of people have met on this journey. Look, this conversation I'm having, I know they are very, very, very hard because the way we are wired, Charlie be the money, and I will do anything to dupe you to make that money. I'm telling you, there are people who are destroying families just because they can make money. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But when you have a mission of impact, not income, then you know that even when you make the income, you will have an aspect of it that thinks about the next person. Why should you eat and throw it away if your siblings on the other side cannot afford it?
Yeah. Let's talk about giving and mentoring and the benefit to both the giver and the receiver.
I'm a product of mentorship by other people. Many times I hear people say, or they even come out to say, 20 lessons I learned from my father before I was 30. And they start listing things they were taught by their fathers. I never had that opportunity. I never had one sit down with my dad to learn one thing. I don't have any. It's not because he didn't want to teach me. He passed on early.
Okay.
And I only saw him 3 times. Once when I was a baby. 2 when I went to look for school fees. And he said, wait, I'm coming, never came.
Oh, wow.
And the 3rd one was on his deathbed. 3 times. If there is something I would say I learned from him, I only learned what not to be as a father to my children. Big lesson.
Right.
But even more importantly for me was the opportunities of people who God brings into your life to actually create an influence, right? Do something. I was actually opportune to be raised in church where the pastor took keen interest in we the young boys that finished school. There are about 13 of us, finished the same year. Right. Then it was, SHS or SSS. Now it's SHS. Okay. Now, when we finished and we had nothing to do, then you wait for maybe close to 6-8 months for your results to come out. And within that period, all you do is visit one person, they also visit you. Namone namsa. Sat us down.
Yeah.
And say, look, you need to do something better with yourself. Then computers were now coming. I'm talking about 1995, 96. Computers were now coming up. And that was when we started learning MS-DOS and Windows and so on and so forth. Then it was, Word Perfect and, word processing and so. But what was important was someone was speaking something into young people that was changing the tangent of their lives. Today, there are so many people that have known so much in life. And just to get them to even volunteer to really help. And I can tell you, there are people that are doing so well. They are raising other people whose fathers may not be there, whose mothers may not be there. They are contributing through mentorship, through coaching, to help empower other people. And these are critical things that you can be able to actually, make an impact in. So while you make your money, also make time to have an impact on other lives. And too many people are shouting for help. Because you and I know that there are some people you meet, you ask, wouldn't you be autoful? Because you see the decisions they are making, the steps they are taking. There are people who are grown today, 30 years, 35, they don't understand jack about money. For them, the decision about money is to earn money and spend money. That's it. So I tell you, by the 3rd week of the month, because Charlie Jack, my they be my eshe. One day, Bangla, Obeshia Bea Ama Ayabidi. Yeah.
On that note, what daily habits can help build a life of impact over time?
I think if you intend to build a life of impact over a period of time, it's very important first to understand your purpose.
Okay.
Understand the journey you're going on. Because you can only be effective on your journey. Look, put me on the soccer field, we'll have problems. All right? Because, look, if you can't beat them,
join them.
Yeah. If at some point I say it's not working, bite who you can, break legs if possible. Yeah, that's the only.
Reverend Gumenya red card, pal.
Red card, I wouldn't be valuable to you there. So there is, look, we are all not designed to excel everywhere.
Okay.
If you are a fish, you belong in water.
Yeah.
If you're a bird, you belong in the air. So find that place where you are competent, you have the grace and the skill to be effective. When you discover that, now, there are things you do to make money. Some of that can bring you income. But more importantly, some of that can also let you leverage those opportunities you have to make an impact or influence others in the right direction. I think that when you discover your purpose, first and foremost, pursue them, discover them, develop them. Because understanding that you have a gift or an ability, but it's unnurtured, has no advantage. You need to add value to yourself. I just learned along my way that I could teach, but I didn't want to be a school teacher. So I needed to add value to myself to become a different kind of a teacher. Then I started exploring other avenues. Today, I do corporate training, and I've done projects across 13 countries in Africa, and keeps going. Now, this is to let you know that, and oh, by the way, when you discover it and you develop yourself, keep to it. Because focus brings growth. It makes you, develop and expand. So many people are trying to do everything. Because I saw Eno on TV, and she just bought a car, I feel that the path for me to also get a car and do well is to also go on TV. So I'm now going to learn journalism. As by the time I'll be 1990, so just find the purpose and stick to it. The Bible says that in the end it will speak. And I'm telling you, everything you put yourself to works. So stop, copying, comparing, wanting to be something, that someone has. No, it won't help you.
Be your authentic self.
Be authentic. All right? If you discover this is where you are, It may not look better in the beginning,
Right.
but if you keep to it, somewhere along the line, it works.
You know, Reverend, sometimes, you know, you can live for others or you can mentor people and then you tend to burn yourself out.
Oh.
How can you balance that?
Oh, no, that is not good. There is a message on YouTube. If you are in that place and you're listening to me, go look for it. It's by a Nigerian preacher called Femi Lazarus, right? It's called Black Tax. Very, very, very important message to listen to. Look, the things I spoke about doesn't mean you should throw yourself away. Because if you are not careful, you want to do too much to the extent that you can't even build for yourself. There is a reason on an aeroplane, they will tell you that before you fix the belt or whatever, emergency kit for the child, right? You yourself fix yourself first. Even Jesus told Peter, after you are converted, strengthen thy brethren. So you must be mindful about your strengthening, then you can be able to what? Strengthen others. I have seen people who take on the burden of the families when they cannot actually help themselves. I have seen people who feel like, I need to pay this one school fees. Oh, they are my family, my sister's family. People think that if they don't do it, right, the families will not start. If you like, die and see. They will live on. They will find other means to live on this planet. So what I'm saying I'm not talking about going in the excesses. Have that balance. All right. So it's important that you don't actually get yourself so soaked in that you cannot actually get out of it. People are putting so much weight on. What business do you have paying someone's rent when you are a renter? And you know that your salary will not survive by the time your rent is due. Look, I cannot go and ask people to pay my kids' school fees. So before I start, let me help here, let me help there, I must make sure that I have serviced that. Then I can also help there. And these are the excesses and the balances that we must have.
Reverend, there are family things or family people will be like, oh, crouch wrong, you or church wrong. How do you manage the how do I put it? How do you manage their expectations, knowing very well that you can't afford
this one? Let me put this one
questions.
down. The biggest deliverance you can give your life is the day you walk free from what people have to say about you. If everything about your life is what people are saying, you will die in depression. There are people, even if you cut your head and put it on a tray to serve them, they will say, oh, fui.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yes.
It is very important for you to understand this bit of our conversation. That, look, your family is not your full responsibility. I know firstborns have been made to... Have you ever seen firstborns before? Many times they don't thrive well.
Yeah.
Because they are so expended, giving everything to the family, and they do nothing for themselves. That message I said, if you get a time, go listen to. He made a statement there. He says that you are not El Shaddai. If you try it, you shall die. People must understand there is a limit to which you can do what you can do. Why would you go and take a loan to pay someone's rent? Okay, so by the time you finish paying the loan, the rent is due again, then what will happen? There is no financial prudence. I know maybe you are looking for a good name. You are not helping yourself. It is very important. Look, you must learn to say no along the line in your journey. And you say it without any disrespect and walk away. Whatever they will say, that's normal. Okay, who say what about you? That tore your bottom. Free yourself, I'm telling you. Free yourself. Do what you can. because you don't have the resources to do everything. You see that family you're talking about, your resources are limited. There are 8 different heads in that family. You can only do 1 or 2. What do you think the 6 are going to say? You don't have the resources for everything. So don't kill yourself. But what we are talking about is be on a mission to leave an impact. Do something that is worth, you know, that you have changed someone's life. That will give them a better life forever. Reverend
Bernie, if we want to live more impactful this year, what steps can we take?
All right.
Or what one step can we take? Or what steps can we take? Since you pulled out your tablet, what steps can we take?
Well, I just want to give one, okay. One thing that I think that if you can do, it will really help.
All right.
If you want to make that level of impact, one of the critical things that I want to point to mind is that it is very important to, like I said, first have a mind of where you want to apply yourself. All right. If you want to mentor this year, if you want to support people, to pay tuition, do what, do that. There are periods where you can say, this year, I want to help people with groceries. Every month, I'll take this aspect of my salary. I just want to help people who are struggling to. That is an impact you can. And maybe just about 500 cities or 200 cities can sort a family out. So you target a family and you do that. I have people I put on my personal payroll that every month when I receive a salary, this portion goes to about 5 or 6 people that I distribute evenly to. Right. And my idea is I know they don't have a job. At their age, it's difficult to get one. So something to support them, Those are small little ways. So find a way where you can apply yourself. That is number 1. Number 2, find ways where you can serve. Service is very important. Whatever you do, where you can actually give back is a very critical also component in your journey. Remember, every act is a seed. So all those things you are doing may contribute to something you may need tomorrow. And those are avenues by which you can have that level of influence. Make time one day, get pies, 7 cities, 10 cities, get a drink, get a pack of Piva tangerine, or don't get anything else. Piva orange, Piva cola, right?
Yeah.
Get Piva, add Piva water, gather them, get chairs, sit down, have conversation with 5, 6, 7, 10 people from your area. Just invite them. Sit at the corner of the street, outside, at the gate.
Yeah.
Everyone, their ice chest is chilled. Look, Piva is not expensive. 40 cities, you can grab one. So 2 or just 1 would serve everyone.
Everybody.
20 in the pack.
Yeah.
So if it's 10, everyone gets 2.
Yeah.
Then get water.
Yeah.
Pie, 10. So with 100 cities, you can kill that game. Right? Sit down with them. Start having conversations. You won't have an idea. 20 years down the line, they remember there was a time Eno sat us down just to talk about life. Look, a lot of people don't have people talking to them about life. No one advises them.
True. This
conversation we are having, it may be as uninteresting as possible, but I'm telling you, there are so many people no one is talking to. Baby. And I keep saying, and let me end with this. You can either live life by default or you live it by design. So by default, live through it if you get to the bridge, cross it. Or you can live by design where there is a proper structure and a system you are planning your life. This is where it can help you to be better.
Reverend Bernie, always a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right, so that's the end of this segment. I learned a lot. I hope you did too. If you missed it, just go on our YouTube and you'll definitely see it there. And then you can rewatch it and pick some nuggets of life from Reverend Bernie Osei. Yeah. We'll be right back after this. Don't go away.